Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Down South Sports Fanatics. Man, it's going to be a good show, a Super Bowl show. We're going to talk about the ins, the outs, and even a little later, we'll talk about the Pels and everything else. Of course, I want to introduce the host first. I see him with the NOLA shirt on. What's up, Mr. Pancho Gonzalez?
What's going on, man? Big moves going on. Big moves, big
Big,
things.
big moves, man. Glad you're feeling better, too, B. And, of
Yeah.
course, you know the voice himself, the voice of reason. What's up, Dave Robin?
What's going on, man? I'll tell you one thing. If you're not air guitar into that intro, I can't party with you, man, because that shit gets me hyped every time, man.
We know that. And we got the guy himself, the coach, we call him. What's up, Mr. Burner?
What's up, everybody? How we doing? Who that?
Man, look. Glad to have everybody join us in. Please share and like the page. Join us with your comments. We'll always welcome you as you come in. We're not trying to be rude if we talk over somebody. We want everybody to get their comments in. Listen, let's dive into it, guys. We're going to leave off with Dave, man. Dave, about this weekend's Super Bowl, man. We can't wait. Have you changed maybe your opinion on some things with your picks? You see differently?
No, I don't think, man. I think it's going to be a great game. I think this is honestly a really well-matched Super Bowl. I'm still going with Kansas City, man, although it wouldn't shock me at all if San Francisco won. I see a close game. I see a good Super Bowl. It's going to be interesting to see how Purdy handles this situation. But, I mean, with Kansas City, it's almost business as usual. I mean, Purdy to me is like the biggest X factor of this game.
Yeah.
You know, how well he handles the pressure.
Patrick, going into it, I know we talked about a little bit on last week. What's your thoughts? What you see, like anything differently as far as, especially like the injuries or guys playing now that didn't play last, during the playoffs?
I mean, they got some things going on. I mean, from what they say today's headlines was, Frisco's not really happy with their playing field, with their practice field. They had some issues with that. So everything is there at that facility. I don't know if you could change, but head games come into play. The Chiefs have been there. They know the system. You get what I'm saying? 49ers in London. So yeah, I mean, the players are gonna play, man, indoor stadium. So none of that's gonna, play into factor. So
yeah,
it's gonna be a good game, man. The 49ers got a lot more to prove than anybody.
Coach Darren, what do you think the game plan set? It's set and done. They're going into this week just doing walkthroughs and all that.
Remember what Mike Tyson said, right? Everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's what it is. Listen, the key to this game for Kansas City is stopping the frosted pass rush from the 49ers. And the key to Kansas City winning the game is stopping. And once again, stopping the pass rush. And the key to the 49ers is getting the pass rush. That's the key to the whole game, fellas. That's it right there.
I think I tell you what, I agree with a lot of the stuff that y'all said, but I really dived into both these teams, like as far as the season went on and then into the playoffs. To me, and I know I'm gonna probably sound crazy when I say this, it's really a mismatch if you think about it. Because one team we all agree has the better quarterback, who's an all-time great already at a very young age, and also the same team has the best defense going into it. Normally, that's a recipe for disaster for the other team. Wouldn't you say that, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, I think so, but I'll say this, and this is not any offense. You know how I feel about the Kansas City players. I talk about Pacheco and Rice and Kelsey every week, but I think the 49ers might have the most gifted group of skill position players on offense in the league. I mean, when you talk about McCaffrey, who's probably the best running back in the league the past 5 years, you got Kittle, who, although his numbers aren't ridiculous like they were a few years back, he's still a force as a blocker and a pass catcher. Those receivers are one of the best duos in the league with Ayuk and Debo. So, I mean, and then you factor that in with Shanahan's play calling. I mean, that's what I like about this game too, Rich. You got two of the best play calls in the history of the sport, man, with Kyle Shanahan and Andy Reid. And I'm happy as a Saints fan. I know we're going to delve into it later, but I'm happy to have one of Shanahan's disciples coming our way, man.
Yeah, but Pancho, what do you think about the matchup yourself, buddy?
I mean, going into it, so it's like it's not always who has the best quarterback, because Purdy has got you this far. Is he the best? Is he the second best quarterback in the league? I mean, that's something for you to determine.
Yeah.
So it's not. So what they have is works for them is the structure of salary. They have, they're able to pay CMC whatever he asks for. They're able to pay Debo whatever he asked for just because of the contract of Purdy.
Yeah.
Now they got questions on the defensive side, with Chase Young. They're saying that's why he got traded. He's a number 1 draft pick.
Yeah, you make a great point there.
He has poor decisions, or he just doesn't practice as hard as most.
That's right. And that's Darren, jumping on what Pancho just said about that. With you being a coach, especially on defensive side, what are they talking about when they're saying that Young's taking off plays? What do you mean? Well,
look, you got to remember something. A lot of times we give defensive ends credit for they fake outside spin to the inside and they get a sack. Well, guess what? If that was a jet sweep coming that way or a toss to their side, that dude's galloping. That's why a lot of teams burn the Saints this year, because especially the Chicago game, they would fake the little thing and Cam Jordan would slide inside. His job is to contain. No matter what it is, we all love the big hits and we love the sacks. His job is to contain, and he doesn't contain very well at all.
Dave, talk about that, Dave, about the defensive 49ers. They've been kind of Jekyll and Hyde all season.
Yeah, we talk about San Francisco. Yeah, man, they're weird. I agree with Pancho, what Darren was saying too. I mean, Chase Young's been a bit of a disappointment. I mean, this guy was supposed to be a game changer, like Julius Peppers type material coming out of college, at Ohio State. And like Darren was saying too, it's more than just getting those sack numbers. I mean, playing the run, that's why I think Cam Jordan's been so special through the years. You know what I'm saying? He can do so many different things. But to me, the 49ers, I think that back end can be had a little bit. Ward is obviously a good corner. They'll have him on Rice, maybe even Kelsey at times. But Fred Warner and Kelsey is going to be fun to watch. But, I mean, to me, like you said, it all starts with that front four. You know what I'm saying? With Bosa and Armstead and those guys. But Mahomes, look, if he gets time, like back to originally what Darren was saying, if Mahomes has time, he can definitely do some damage there. I mean, I think have to win with their defensive line.
Yeah, I think Bosa's going to give him some fits. I really do. I think. I mean, they were both young. Warner and Bosa were both young in the first Super Bowl against this team. I think they're going to go in. I think they're going to go into it a little differently. It just seems like I mean, Pancho, it's like if you truly look at the matchups and if you go by position, if you go by coaching. If you go by all, it's really a lopsided game, and I don't see it that way, but it's just the way that it appears. You know what I mean? What you think, Pancho?
Well, I mean, again, so if you break down to both sides, you're going with an established guy, quarterback, head coach that's been there over and over and over again. You got the newcomer Shanahan trying to make a name for himself. His system is working. It's got him this far a couple of times. So ultimately, it's going to come down to coaching. The players are going to play. You're going to get 100% out of each player. Got 2 weeks off. So, to say you're not 100%, you're going to be as close to 100% as you ever going to get for this game. So it's going to come down who's going to make the right decisions at the right time, who can, and it's going to come down to execution. Moody missed a big field goal last game that could have cost him a game, and you got Butker who's been there. You got Mahomes.
So you give
Kelsey that's been there. You got guys, and the moving pieces are your athletic guys. Your athletic guys don't need to be there as long because they're in motion. They're athletic. They can adapt to a ball. So
I think the problem is, Pancho, and Dave, I want you to comment on this. Your thoughts. San Francisco started off slow throughout this whole playoffs. They can't give up a big lead and start slow against this team.
No, you can't. And I mean, Purdy to me, and I'm a big Purdy guy. I got him on my dynasty team, man. I like him. I think he's definitely a top 10, maybe top 8 quarterback, or even getting closer to it. Depends on what he does this game. I think people are going to put him a little closer inward, obviously. But man, I think Purdy's had some. He seems like a little bit of a slow starter in big games. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. Maybe a couple ill-advised throws. He looks a little shaky the first drive or two of the game, and it's like then he kind of he kicks in at that point, like maybe midway through the second quarter. But like you said, he's got to start faster. And I mean, Shanahan to me, if I'm Kyle Shanahan, I'm giving him easy throws. I'm not showing anything too crazy. I'm letting McCaffrey try to win that first quarter for me. I'm going, short stuff to Kittle, maybe a screen to somebody like Deebo Samuel.
Dave, do you think Shanahan kind of takes the pressure off Purdy and puts more of the game plan on McCaffrey?
I would like to say early in the game and to let Purdy hit you when you least expect it, kind of thing. Let Purdy get a little rhythm going, let him, get in his groove, get his mojo. I don't want to see Purdy come out of the first drive trying to be, Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes and do the,
Pancho, don't you think the game plan going in with the Kansas City is to stop Christian McCaffrey? What do they do?
Here it is. So the game plan is simple on one side and it could be a little bit more difficult on the other side. Now I'm gonna say it's gonna be easier for the 49ers to figure out how to stop the Kansas City, which is crazy, only because kind of if you can stop Kelsey, you kind of stop the engine. So you got your focus is on one guy. If you only can focus on Pacheco, if you could, you can live with Pacheco getting yards here and there. If you can shut down Kelsey, you kind of pretty much shut down that offense. Now, if you flip it around with Purdy in that offense, you've seen Greg Kittle go without stretches of anything and they win. You've seen them without CMC and win. You've seen them without Deebo at 100% or even not play and win. So they found different ways to win with the talent that they have. So I think you got Deebo, you got CMC, you got Ayuk, you got some good skills there, and you got Kelsey on the other end. And Pacheco is not. He's half a CMC. So you know what I'm saying. So there's Kelsey and nobody else.
I tell you what, I disagree with you on that, Pancho. I think Pacheco is a part of the as the running game as McCaffrey is. Go ahead, Dave.
No, wait a minute.
There's Darren. I was asking where's Darren. I was about to ask
I'm right here. I was waiting my turn. Listen, people, we cannot compare Christian McCaffrey and Pacheco. I like Pacheco. I do Pacheco, however the hell you say it. I like him. He's not Christian McCaffrey. So we're gonna go over it real quick. Head coaching, you got to give that slight advantage to Andy Reid. Quarterback, you got to give it.
How you say slight advantage?
What you mean? I don't
think Shanahan's on the same planet as Andy.
Oh, you see, and that's where you're wrong. They in the Super Bowl because he's still in the Super Bowl. This ain't his first time going to the Super Bowl, Richie. It's not his first time going to the Super Bowl.
I get that, but he's also known for the biggest blunder in comeback history in the Super Bowl.
And hold on, how many did Andy Reid before he got to Kansas City?
Andy Reid never blew a 28-3 lead.
How many? It was the writing was on the wall. He blew the lead to go to San Francisco. Jesus, you didn't see that?
I mean, to me, but that game, I will say that about that game, Rich. I think there was so many. I mean, they got to be ashamed. A lot of guys had to be ashamed of themselves after that game. I mean, that was a team-wide meltdown. With it. But I mean, Shanahan to me, I kind of agree with Darren as far as like Richie. I see what you're saying. Like Andy Reid's an all-time level coach. Shanahan has yet to prove that. But I will say this: if I'm talking about today's coaches,
I think Andy Reid's on the projected to possibly be one of the greatest coaches of all time.
Oh no doubt about it. He is. But I got Kyle Shanahan in the top. I got both of them in the top 5 of today's current coaches.
That's what I'm about to say. If you're talking about today's active coaches, even last year's active, Shanahan is in that top 5, and that's with Belichick. That's with Andy Reid.
You say Mike Tomlin,
Shanahan's in that conversation. So
no doubt. So look, let's go over real quick because we talked about being quick.
You see, I disagree.
Quarterback.
Listen to me. I disagree on this. I disagree on this right here, what y'all saying about Shanahan. Because if Shanahan's that coach, why is it every year in and year out, they got to go get this player, they got to go get that player? Coach your players. Why you got to go get players?
Because he don't have Pat Mahomes.
Why you gotta go get Christian McCaffrey? The 49ers, Kansas City didn't need to go get Christian McCaffrey.
But Richie, I agree with Darren saying that too. Patrick Mahomes makes any team to where
here we go again. Here we go.
Brock Purdy at a rookie minimum salary gives them that luxury of being able to do that. Like John Lynch has done a phenomenal job of building that roster with the salary.
Go ahead, Darren.
Listen, you don't have to get a Christian McCaffrey when you got arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever live. All right. It's very simple, but you still got to give that advantage to Reid. And it's even if he's number 1 or number 2 on your list, you're not going to tell me that you got Shanahan out the top 10. If you do, you're crazy.
What I'm saying by this, they said if you look at numbers when his players, when you don't have a Debo in there, a Trent Williams missing, that offense significantly drops off. It's facts.
I mean, I think that's still. I think a lot of teams, though, man, you lose your number one, you lose your left tackle. I don't know, Rich. I think a lot of teams, when you lose your left tackle and one of your top two players on offense, it can hurt, man.
Yeah, I'm not sitting here saying I'm not down. I don't want you to think I'm disagreeing with you. I think Shanahan is a good coach.
When Kelsey was hurt,
I think Shanahan's a good. I think Shanahan's a good coach. I think Shanahan's a good coach. I don't think Shanahan's a great coach. Sorry, never did.
Okay, that's fine. So hold on. So y'all, hey, we all agreeing. So you got to give that. We agree. You give the advantage to the Chiefs for the head coach. The quarterback, of course. Unless the man's name's Brady, you got to give him the credit. That's the advantage. Offensive line, that goes to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Running backs go to San Francisco.
Whoa. Offensive line?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Based on what?
Based on most games, Mahomes.
I would like to see who sacked more.
Listen,
who sacked more?
I'm talking about eye test. Listen to me. Mahomes is running for his life.
But look at their scheme too. Look at their scheme, Darren. With the way, I mean, that Shanahan run system works. It's worked for so many backs. I mean, the run blocking scheme that they have is nasty. I mean,
but look, you got to give that.
Best run blocking
so Darren, so Dave, do you give the edge to the 49ers line?
Yes.
To the line, yeah, I probably. And look, and Richie, that's no offense to the Kansas City line because Kansas City's got some stuff.
I would say it's a wash. I would say
it's close. You know what? I give the scheme thing, but I mean, it's going to be fun to watch that scheme in place because I mean, look, McCaffrey is a great running back, but don't get it twisted. He gets some man-sized holes.
You know what, Darren?
Jason Peters, your left tackle, is by far probably the best offensive lineman in football.
Who?
Trent Williams. Yeah.
And guess what? Patrick Mahomes is the best center in the league.
It's the best offensive tackle in the league.
And I get that. If Patrick Mahomes center is the best center in the league, we agree on that?
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Who's the better center? Who's the better center than him?
He'll be at the Super Bowl cheering his brother on. That's who.
No, come on, stop.
You crazy as hell right now. That dude don't give up nothing up the middle. Go watch the film. Watch the film. I'm a film guy. Watch it.
Hey, by the way, congrats to Eric McCoy on making a Pro Bowl for the Saints.
I was about to say, we got a heck of a center here in New Orleans. I think he's one of the top 3 or 4 for sure, Eric McCoy.
You better keep bumping it up like top 8.
So Darren, we'll give you the 49.
McCoy, I don't know, Darren. I got to disagree. I think McCoy's
we'll give you the 49ers line. Go ahead, continue on.
All right, wide receivers. It's not even close.
Not even close.
San Francisco.
Agreed.
San Francisco. Okay, you got to give the advantage to neither one of them for tight ends because them two are game changers. Wait, what?
Oh my God!
Are you really going to sit here and try to tell me you think Kittle's
not even in the stratosphere with Kelsey?
Wait, you hate
No, that's not true, bro. That's not true.
I'm talking about all time.
You said Kelsey, man. You said that.
What up, Sean?
Guys, I think we're going way too big on the spectrum here. Like we're going all time on what these guys have done for 5 years. Really, it's about what they're going to do in this Sunday, man. I mean, to me,
right? But I'm talking about regard.
Kelsey are close, but Kelsey's probably the better tight end. But they are close.
Yes.
Really,
but they close.
The Kittle's blocking element brings a lot to the table.
But they close. D-line's got to go to San Francisco. Overall defense got to go to Kansas City. The special teams got to go to Kansas City.
And cornerbacks ain't even close. Cornerback.
Listen, I hold up. Overall defense is y'all. Overall defense is Kansas City, and by far, not even on the same planet. The special teams is like high school compared to Alabama's when they was big. Kansas City by 10 million miles.
And you know it's funny, but Butker could be the difference in that coverage unit of return. I mean, that could be a difference in a game with these two, excellent teams in the Super Bowl. It could
Dave, not to cut you off. Let me welcome people that's calling in. Listen, Ronald, Brian, 2 Brians, man. What's up, Signature? Shawnee D, Ryan, Robin, Joshua. What's up, y'all? Thank y'all. Sharing like the
What up?
So go ahead.
What up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Go ahead, Dave.
Hey, so anyway, I'm giving advantage overall to Kansas City. Not by much like you think. It's not a wash, bro. It's not a wash. You got a world beater. You got a world beater Christian
Damn,
McCaffrey that can take the game over.
I mean, the harder road to the Super Bowl came in the AFC. Come on, man.
Richie, you are not allowed to take up for Kansas City now. They wasn't supposed to make the playoffs.
Hey.
I'm agreeing with you.
I've been on the Kansas City train for a while, y'all. I've been on that damn train since early this year, man. Everybody's like, oh, shit.
I got news for you. I'm picking the 49ers in the Super Bowl.
What up, Brian? What's up, Brian?
Right now, they're the favorite, Richie. They're what, a 2-point favorite, 3-point favorite? Is that the last spread?
It's going to be. I say it's going to be not. It's going to be somewhat of a shootout. It ain't going to be a shootout in the old-fashioned sense of quarterbacks dropping and passing. There's going to be a shootout in scoring. There's going to be a lot of scoring.
Not true. I don't think so. I don't think the 49ers put 20 points on Kansas City defense.
Oh my God.
You got Ayuk. You got way too much talent. CMC. You got Kittle.
Ask Josh Allen. He'll tell you about that defense.
Listen, and this is where I was going with this. And if Purdy can throw for 275 and 3 touchdowns,
Sean, next Sunday. Hold on, y'all. Sean, next Sunday we doing a Super Bowl preseason game.
Look at his numbers. If he throws for 275, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions, 49ers win the game.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean,
just because.
Let me get this right. Pancho. So let me get this right. You're telling me you trust Purdy over Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson?
Purdy has been consistent. Look at his numbers.
I'll say this, Richie. I'll say this, not to interrupt, but I think Purdy has the better roster around him than those guys.
Got it. But we all know Detroit's defense didn't bring much to the table.
No, they need to call us about Marshawn Lattimore, and hey, think about offering that late first round pick or maybe a second and a third. But what I didn't like was a guy earlier in San Francisco. Some guy, I don't know who it was on offense, said, we did play with the Detroit's defense last week, so we kind of prepared for the Kansas City defense. I'm like, what? Nah, it's a different animal. Look, Richie, remember we talked about Snead and McDuffie and those guys? They don't get enough credit on the back end, but Kansas City secondary has been one of the best in football this year, man.
What I don't get, Dave, you high on all this, and you picked it right most of the year. I'm giving you credit. What I don't like is we all said the tougher conference is the AFC.
It is, and I mean that's what I'm going. I think Kansas City, just Mahomes, to me, is too much of a difference maker. I think they have a running game, they have a defense.
If they find a way to get Kelsey. And for Mahomes, so I gave you Purdy. Purdy could throw for 275, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's not far off exaggeration numbers. That's pretty.
It's very exaggerated. It's very is.
That's very accurate. Now on Mahomes' part,
what? Why y'all laughing at it?
I'm laughing at the way he said that. Wait. Throw the numbers.
Listen, wait a minute. Look what just got put up there, y'all.
What we got?
No shot.
Wait, say the numbers. Wait, let me hear those numbers again. I heard 275 and 3 touchdowns, right?
Yeah, with no interceptions.
I'm gonna say I'd bet the over under like around a 230 area for Purdy. I could see maybe 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. That's kind of what I'm looking at. But
he's gonna throw a pick. He's gonna throw 1 pick at least.
I think he's been too ill advised early in games. I mean, like I said, if Shanahan could take that pressure off him, but McCaffrey's got to eat. If McCaffrey's only getting 2 or 3 yards of carry, they're gonna be putting the pressure back on Purdy. You know what I'm saying?
So McCaffrey has to be the end, which is very, very achievable. Okay, as long as you don't throw a pick, 3 touchdowns, 275. Now, on the other hand, if if the Chiefs offense opens up like they did the last game, Mahomes was like 15 for 15 or 13 for 13 for the first drive, like going into the second drive, only because they wasn't allowing the pass rush to get into them. It was everything outside, Pacheco outside, dump off. It was drop off to Kelsey 4 or 5 yards. Extended run game. Where he let that front 4 or 5 come in and just kind of wore him down and kind of imposed his will. That
if they allow the rushing yards, like
so listen. Before we get away from it,
if Mahomes can do that, I think that's their key to winning. If they
before we get away from the comments, Darren, you want to read some of these comments off?
Yeah, Sean said. Brian says, "What's up, fellas? How's it going?" Ryan says, "What's up?" Josh said, "Y'all ridiculous tonight. What's up, fellas?" Shawnee said, "See you next Monday." Hey, don't forget, everybody on right now. We coming on Sunday before the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Brian.
next Monday night, fellas, join us live. All me and my fellow DJs. We're gonna be at Southport Hall for Monday Gras Party.
Nice,
Look,
nice, man.
Signature Saint said San Francisco to win by 5. Shawnee said good because last time Richie went against the Chiefs won. Shawnee says Purdy will get nervous. He can't win in the big games. I mean, I don't understand what's he talking about right now. I mean, his playoff record's better than
the big one yet. He hasn't lost in the postseason
his playoff record's better than Peyton Manning's, and everybody wants to suck him off. But anyway, Ryan says 220 overall, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing, 1 interception. Shawnee said yes, sir.
Yeah,
and that's it. That's the
just to throw a number. So the average yardage from just looking at Brock Purdy's last couple games, 5 games, he's averaging 250 passing
against weak defenses.
Yeah, and it's you can average it out to 2 touchdowns a game. So Purdy needs to step up 275.
Okay, so you're playing arguably half the defense, Pancho, that you're playing in Super Bowl.
I'm saying Purdy needs to throw for 375 and 3 touchdowns. McCaffrey
375.
275 and 3 touchdowns.
Not happening.
All right, but wait, hold on. Guys, we know. Look, my question is, we know the numbers. To me, it's how do you get to the numbers? Because I mean, okay, let's go back to something that's really important that everybody's kind of jumped over. If Detroit just ran through that San Francisco defense, what we saw, 150 yards in the first half. If Kansas City could, I'm not saying Pacheco's going to do that because that's Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, and Pacheco's pretty much alone. I mean, Edwards-Helaire ain't contributing jack shit at this point. But, I mean, let's be real. If Pacheco goes off for like 80 to 90 yards in that first half, that's a sign of death for me. And that's a big number. We talk about numbers. Look at what they gave up in that first half, and they were beaten. They allowed a massive comeback to Detroit. But I'm saying if they can run the ball like Detroit did in that first half, I think that's a huge key, man. I think that could be the dictating death for them.
Dave, Dave and Darren, and of course Darren, because you coach, don't you think Spags is going to put a very good game plan against Purdy?
I think so. I think you got some great coaching all around in this game, man. I mean, I like Wilkes on the other side. I mean, I thought he should have been the head coach of the Panthers before they fucked up and gave Frank Reich the reins, which worked out all good for about 2 minutes.
Dave, I get we're giving the edge to San Francisco's defensive line, but San Francisco's been Jekyll and Hyde all season, dude.
Not that D-line.
The only time Mahomes
yes, it has, Dave. Yes, it has, Darren.
Not that D-line.
How?
Not that D-line. The only one you could say that for is Chase Young, and we already discussed that.
Now, remember, Eric Armstead was banged up a little bit at one point, I believe. Eric Armstead, I think he missed some time. But, I mean, Bosa's lights out every game. I mean, he's the force.
What I think the weakness is, and they said it today, I give you Trent Williams is one of the best tackles in the league. But where the 49ers all week on an offensive line is up that middle. And that's a fact. And you're gonna have to deal with Chris Jones might have a field day.
I mean, keep an eye on Fred Warner to me, though, dude. See, he's the player to me to watch on either defense. Fred Warner to me is the most important player going in this game. I know people in both sides, I get it. Chris Jones, I get it. But if Fred Warner can tackle Pacheco in open field, if he can lock down Kelsey a little bit in those short to intermediate routes and not allow a safety to be needed down there,
you can't do both.
Flexibility.
You can't do both. He ain't gonna be able to do both.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he's a guy. But this guy could be all over the field, though.
Numbers. KC's defense, rushing yards. It comes down to 18th, which is 113 yards. They're number 2 overall. And then I don't know how to get there, but in the passing yards, they allow 176, and that's 4th in the league.
They don't give up much passing. They don't give up much passing, dude.
So
no, but they can run the ball. You can run the ball.
So if I said Brock Purdy could put up 275, Brock Purdy's gonna have to play a game. There's no question. He's gonna have to hang. He's gonna give up. He's gonna get 3.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, Spags is gonna blitz him and blitz him and blitz him and keep blitzing him.
That's fine. Look, and between McCaffrey and
that don't work.
I think one of them
does work.
Listen,
that
between them two, they're gonna have to get 2 touchdowns rushing. So you're gonna have to get 3 yards. You gotta get 5. You got to go 36, 37 points to win this game.
Man, I feel like that Scott Steiner promo, man.
Okay. All right, hear me out on this right quick.
What the hell's going on there?
I like that.
Message.
Message.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, dude. Patrick Mahomes' dad was arrested for his third DWI yesterday.
Man. That sucks, man.
Hey, advantage San Francisco for not bad dads.
Hey, like, who was talking about in the previous game about somebody disappearing the night before because it's in Vegas?
That was all of us.
Were we all talking about that? I was about to say, because remember, what was it, Barrett Robbins? Remember that? The Bucks versus the Raiders. The dude just fucking disappeared. I don't know if he was like fucking running off with strippers or whatever he was, like robbing convenience stores or whatever for hot dogs. But this dude, I'm just saying, who's the most – look, if Kadarius Toney was dressing for this game, I would say he's the most likely to do some stupid shit before the Super Bowl.
There's going to be a lot –
y'all have most likely to be a dumbass out of all these out of these two teams? Do y'all have a most likely to do something stupid the weekend of the Super Bowl?
Oh, man.
Chelsea?
No.
Hey, I'd pay to see him and Taylor Swift on like some serious drugs in Vegas.
My God. After the Super Bowl, though.
I was talking to the wife about that, right?
Thank you, Fatty. You can take it.
Look, so she's saying that Taylor, it's Saturday night, has a gig in Tokyo.
Yes.
Oh,
and
shit.
So, they're gonna be bitching about her airplane ride.
She's gonna make it. She's gonna make it in time. They already did that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
you already checked this shit.
Jet.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not in the passenger jet. You're in your own jet.
Actually, believe it or not, because Tokyo is 17 hours ahead of us, she will actually be like flying back in time. When she arrives in Las Vegas, it'll be Saturday night.
She's gonna be a tired little Grammy winner, man. I'll tell you, man.
Don't even go there. Ryan says Antonio Brown will mess up in Las Vegas.
I'd take bets on that, man. That dude's probably already been arrested twice this week.
Did you listen? Since we're on the subject of Taylor, because Lord knows we ain't gonna stay in it too long. Did y'all watch the Grammys?
I did.
No.
I did.
No.
Somebody needs to tell Jay-Z shut the hell up.
Yeah,
he's a clown.
He went a little. I think he went.
Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Darren.
Look, his argument is that I had a discussion with that.
His argument is not valid, not even close.
So Beyonce has the most Grammys in history.
So
and has never won Album of the Year.
So what?
It's never Beyonce's
because her albums suck.
But my thing is, what's he trying to accomplish there? What's he trying to accomplish there? I mean, like, is he going for like a deeper, like, he's trying to say something sway?
Dave, you know why you know what he's trying to accomplish there.
I'm
what up, Shane?
I'm not trying to go down that road like that. I'm just saying I don't see that at all. I don't see.
Listen,
I don't.
So listen,
I don't
now,
get it.
There's a backstory behind it. So Beyonce last year got history with the most.
Sure
so that was her staple last year. But he felt the Grammys had to one-up it this year and break another record and give it to Taylor Swift, the white chick. You get what I'm saying? So he has.
No, we're not going there. We're not doing that.
Let's just say this. This is, if it hurts people's feelings, it hurts people's feelings. Beyonce will never be ever the global superstar that Taylor Swift is. Ever.
Well, she was.
She never will be. She will never sell a Superdome out 3 days in a row like Taylor Swift is. Won't happen.
I think a lot. Look, let me real quick.
Oh, hold on, Robin Burns. Miss Burns said Beyonce sucks, and guess what? I agree with you.
Yeah, listen.
Here's my thing. I think image has a lot to do with it.
2 weeks, like a couple months ago, and sat through 2 hours of it. It was not good. I didn't like it. But
you talking about Beyonce?
Yes. But everybody else in there loved it.
But it's funny you say that, Pancho. I like Beyonce's earlier stuff, and I hated Taylor Swift's earlier stuff. I like Taylor Swift's stuff now more than it's all like back. Who gives a shit? Look,
no, I mean, I hate when everybody wants to try to make a moment for themselves on a Grammy. That's what I hate.
How do we let Taylor Swift fucking take over our podcast? Come on, man.
She has.
Hey, Fatty just posted who's the GOAT of Grammys, and his name is Michael Jackson.
Oh, no, absolutely. But, hey, Richie, I want to say this. Real shout out to Stevie Wonder, man. I always think Stevie's one of the classiest fuckers ever. I think he's one of the best. And that man can still get it done. I don't even know how old Stevie's got to be in his late 70s or something by now. And the man is still phenomenal at what he does.
I agree. Look, Ryan just posted.
Was awesome.
Beyonce was, look, Dave, not to come, sorry, Dave.
No,
Ryan just posted Beyonce was far better before Jay-Z. 100%.
I agree. I mean, Beyonce is a fucking huge superstar. Nothing against Beyonce, but like when we got to start breaking down an award show in the middle of everything to try to like politicize the awards and shit. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gotten crazy, man. Like, just go out there and perform and be an artist on stage.
I was going to throw one thing out there real quick. So
go ahead.
If you go on Netflix real quick, there is a thing about the Stevie Wonder, the song of We Are the World. So
man, I watched it. It's awesome. Woo!
It's good.
Man.
Good series.
Man, is it good? It's funny, Pancho. I'm glad you brought that up. Man, I watched that and I tell you, because that's one of my all-time favorite songs. And when they go into depth how it came about, and I tell you what, Lionel Richie narrates the whole most of it, and man, it's funny just getting into details. You're right, Pancho. That's a great watch.
Hey, so listen, let me tell you something. The last time San Francisco played
wait, we there. What's going on?
I'm about to tell you. Look, last time San Francisco played in a Super Bowl, who they played against? The Ravens. I was working for the Bud Light Hotel, and I got to be like right next to the stage and right there by Stevie Wonder while he performed.
When the lights went out. When the lights went out.
Yes. Thank you, Robin, for saying God bless me too.
Listen, I'm not listening. No offense, listen, and I'm sorry. I'm gonna be a little biased. Listen. I'm only saying this because I'm a DJ. I'm gonna be a little biased, but I'm telling y'all right now, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, y'all can have them all. I'll take my old school Motown music all day long.
Yeah. No, absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah, there we go.
Message.
So Richie, listen. So here's some numbers for the 49ers defense, right? They 8th overall. Chiefs is 2nd overall. 49ers giving up 90 yards in rushing. They 3rd. Their defense. So they're giving up 90 yards. Is Pacheco going to get more than that? I don't know. Then their passing defense gives up 215.
Oh.
Now I'll say this, Pancho. He won against. I'll say this. You know, I'm a big Pacheco guy. I think he started out well last game, but the Ravens just clamped down. But we've seen the Ravens do that against everybody.
Well,
man.
if you're gonna go stats, Pancho, I got Mahomes 350 passing yards, 4 touchdowns.
You out your fucking box.
Okay. All right. If listen to me. If Love can do it, so can Mahomes.
Listen, it's not gonna fucking happen. Who's he gonna throw to? They taking away Kelsey. You can forget that. I'm taking him away if I'm the defensive coach. Who you throwing to? Rice?
Yep.
Okay, so I put my best corner on him. So now what you gonna do?
Which ain't much.
Shit, watch. Hey, I guarantee he don't throw for 4 touchdowns. You put your dollars on that.
Javarius Ward is a tough corner. Now, outside of him, it's a little suspect. But the problem is, like what Darren's saying, Kansas City doesn't have the supporting cast of wide receivers to really step up and take advantage.
Not at all.
You know?
Well, how they doing it? I
mean, no, look, I think Reed's a great play caller.
Kelsey's
a great quarterback.
Oh, how they did it against the Ravens then? We had the #1 defense.
Listen, he's going to have to use
they didn't put up 350 yards pass in there.
5-yard checkdowns. The first 2 series. He's going to have to get that defense to suck up. You're gonna have to respect.
All right, Darren, didn't you use the analogy a little while ago, the eyeball test, correct?
Hold on a second. Ryan, that's about better. That sounds better numbers than Richie's numbers. I can see that.
But Darren, didn't you say you're using the eyeball test, correct?
Yeah.
Well, my eyeball tells me that 49ers defense ain't nowhere near top 10 right now.
Well, you need to take your glasses off and you need to wipe them.
Because I've seen two mediocre quarterbacks up and down the field.
Hey, listen to me.
Ones? Oh, wait, who they play?
Right.
Jared Goff and Jordan Love.
I got those 2 guys as top 12 quarterbacks, man. And I think they're both. I think Goff's top 10.
Richie, are you saying 2? You said 2. What quarterbacks did they name them to?
I said mediocre, Jordan Love.
Oh my God!
You don't think Jordan Love's mediocre right now?
Jordan Love's, man. He's closer to 10 than he is 20.
Yeah. And I think Jared Goff the last couple of years has definitely been a top 10.
You're talking about the NFL, bro. You're talking about the NFL.
I get what you're saying, but you act like the 49ers have won against world beaters.
But see, to me, like, I think we got to put away Richie, I get what you're saying. I like that to an extent. Kansas City's battle tested. But to me, once you get to that big stage, it's I think all bets are off. Like Pancho mentioned earlier, you got this 2-week gap. You heal up. You're healthy. You're mentally, prepared.
Dave, we all said it. I don't know why we changed our opinion. We all said it. This is what we all said to each other. We said the San Francisco and Ravens game was basically the Super Bowl.
No, I mean, to me, I didn't. I went against the Ravens the whole time. Y'all know I was saying Buffalo and Kansas City.
But we said that was the best two teams. We said that was the best two teams left in the playoffs.
I picked Kansas City to win by 10 against the Ravens.
No, I'm saying those two teams, either one you thought could have beat the 49ers.
Wait, out of who? The Ravens or the
Ravens or 49ers?
I don't know if I would say. I mean, when I say they could beat them, they can beat them, but I think they're all well matched up. The 49ers could easily win.
I mean, we've seen what Baltimore did to the 49ers.
So I'm answer that question for you real quick, all right?
Go ahead.
So let's say December 25th, right?
Yep.
How far away is that?
I have no idea.
6 weeks away. 6 weeks
all
or
right.
so. I mean,
so Baltimore beat the 49ers 33-19.
Yep.
On Christmas night.
Yep.
Is a Monday night.
Right.
Yep. So your team changed 6 weeks later?
I mean,
I'm not understanding what the point is.
The point is every time the 49ers have faced an elite quarterback this year, they have got their butt waxed.
No, you know why they won that game? Go look what Lamar did. He ran all over him. And guess what?
I don't care.
Pat's not running. Pat's not running all over him. Pat's not running all over him. Pat ain't running all over him. Pat's not running on him.
Stop.
Darren,
come on. I can't believe you even think the 49ers. I can't believe you give us putting so much stock into this 49ers defense. Come on, man.
No, I mean, look, Richie, they're good, but they're not the Ravens. I'll say that. They're good, but they're not the Ravens. But
they're not even on the same Ravens planet in defense.
No, to me, the Ravens have been the best. That's what we talk. I argue with Knowles, our other guy, man, our other buddy, H-Town, man.
They beat Trevor Lawrence 34-3.
Listen, and then y'all, and nobody wants
Baker Mayfield the next week 27.
And listen to me, and nobody wants to talk about it if freaking the coach for Detroit don't mess the whole coaching plan up. Detroit wins that game.
Listen, so you got.
Are we talking about ifs again?
We're not. Yeah. What are you talking about ifs then?
You talking about ifs again?
Okay.
My thing is this, so y'all.
Who's the top? Darren, who had the tougher road? Who had the tougher playoff battle?
Richie, I've been on Kansas City train a long time this year, buddy. I've been saying it, but listen what I'm telling you.
You picked Baltimore.
I did. I thought they was going to beat him because guess what? Josh Allen ran all over him. But guess what the coach for Ravens decided to do? Tell Lamar not to run so much, which was the dumbest shit ever. You think Brock Purdy ain't running the ball? He's going to run for over 65 yards this game in a touchdown.
No, indeed not.
Hey, we betting a Pro Bowl on it in front of everybody in this?
65 yards? You saying Brock Purdy's going to have 65 yards rushing?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I do.
And Bolton's going to break his legs.
Now, he had 54 last week.
These quarterbacks can run. They're not Lamar Jackson, but both of these guys can take off when the time is right and get those key first downs. I mean, to me,
Mahomes is smart. Mahomes runs smart. Brock Purdy runs reckless. There's a difference.
Yeah. Purdy's a little more of a crazed lunatic when he runs. I mean, Mahomes is very in control when he runs. I mean, he almost
Darren, I'm curious. I'm curious who you going with in the Super Bowl.
San Francisco.
But you were picking the Ravens if they won it.
Yes, because of the running quarterback.
It's two different teams. I mean, we talking about today.
Matchups. Yeah, week to week, the matchups to me are so crucial. I mean,
that don't make any sense. You picked the team that the team beat. I don't understand that.
It doesn't matter. So are you going to pick a boxer because other boxers got knocked out? So did you pick Buster Douglas after you knocked Mike Tyson out the next fight? Hell no, you didn't.
No, I did not. Have a great fight though.
Okay then.
But I think if Buster Douglas would have fought Mike Tyson again, it would have been the same result.
So
you nuts.
So, Darren, just to give you some info, so the 4 games before the playoffs started, Brock Purdy ran for a total of 13 yards. That's
okay,
4
good.
games. And so the last 2 games against Detroit
65.
and Green Bay, he's got a total of 62.
Not on this
No,
Kansas City defense.
Bullshit. He had 52 yards the other time, and he took 2 kneel downs that he lost 4 yards apiece.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, let's
so he had 40 something yards last game.
Yeah, 48. Yeah, 48 yards for Detroit and 14 yards for Green Bay. So total.
Okay, but
so I'm saying for the total for the last 2 games.
Dave, Darren, I don't think it's fair for me to bet you a pull boy for something that is ridiculous as 65 yards for Brock Purdy. So I'll go even better with you. I'll go 40 yards total. How about that?
Okay, bet pull boy.
Hey, since y'all like these bold bets, I'm gonna tell you a bold bet I'm taking because you know I've been on this dude all year long. I got a bold bet. I think
what
right
are we
now,
doing?
if I'm not mistaken, Isaiah Pacheco is a plus 3,500 to win MVP, and I am all over that shit. That's all I'm saying. Plus 3,500. Find those odds. That's what I saw today. I don't know if it's accurate or not. We might need Fatty to check it out, but I am taking that dude plus 3,500 because he could easily come out with 2 touchdowns in this game and be the Super Bowl MVP. So, hey, let's start
what's
out.
up?
Hey, who's the Super Bowl MVP? I want to
what's McCaffrey's odds? What, plus 1,600?
Yep.
Is that what it is?
I'm guessing it's around there.
Starstruck by you, but what do you see from this Brock Purdy guy about why he's had success at such a young age?
Who's talking?
What the fuck is that? Who's this son of a bitch that snuck on a podcast? Wait.
That was McAfee, bro, on the ESPN.
Oh. McAfee, man, that bitch didn't even get in the Royal Rumble, man.
Honestly, look, I thought that was Fatty playing some clips.
So guess what? I'm gonna say, Dave, since you're doing bold predictions, I'm gonna give you my bold prediction right now.
Mm-hmm.
My bold prediction is gonna be Travis Kelce wins the MVP and rides off in the sunset.
That ain't gonna happen.
Now you know the scripted fanatics are gonna come after you hard if that shit happens.
I mean, I kind of gave you like my predictions are like 275, 3 touchdowns for Purdy. That's not give me numbers there.
Listen, everybody don't. Nobody wants.
I told you, Patrick Mahomes on the other side, he's nobody wants to go for the same 15 for 16, 15 for 17 opening of the game, only because you can't. They shut down Kelce and Pacheco. You know, if you can shut him down with the front 6. I mean, a front 5.
Who's stopping Kelce? That's what I don't understand.
I'm saying, to me, a lot of pressure is going to be
on.
It's
a numbers game, Richie. It's going to be a numbers game. You're going to sacrifice 2 to him, and sometimes.
But what I mean by that, Poncho, you don't think Baltimore tried to do the same thing?
Everybody does. So you have to make Mahomes going to have to go 15 for 16 or 17 at the opening of the game just to get that defense off of him. And get some kind of respect.
What defense?
Now, look, here we go. Now, here's the thing about Baltimore and San Francisco, though. You got 2 entirely different defenses here. And I'm not saying it just from a talent standpoint, but the structure of the defense. Baltimore plays at 3-4. They play a single high safety with Marcus Williams. And now you got – I get what Poncho's trying to say. Now, here's my thing. So, if you're San Francisco, I think your best shot is staying at a traditional 4-3. I think if you play a nickel and if you got Warner going into coverage, you're putting, Pacheco against – a 4-man front and 1 linebacker. What's the guy? Greenlaw, whatever his name is. So, I mean,
they run the 4-2-5, don't they?
Well,
at their base of 4-2-5.
And that's what I'm thinking they could play. And if they go to like a 4-3 or keep that safety low in the box, I think that makes it a little tougher on Pacheco. But if you get Warner dragged out on coverage, you're taking away their best tackler on that front 7. And I mean, if I'm Kansas City, if they're doing that, I'm running Pacheco 20-25 times. But
I'm not. What I'm doing is I'm throwing him out the backfield. That's what you got to do.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to use the extended run game and through the passing game. The first 2 series, just to slow it down and because the 49ers are itching, so they're gonna come out with their ears pinned back. Chiefs been there, So are the 49ers, but not this group, So you got a little group of different guys here. So
watch out for those screens, man. Those screens.
And
the screen's gonna be a big part of this game on both ends. The screen game is gonna be big, but I'm taking. Listen, if I'm gonna tell you right now, if you let Christian McCaffrey have 150 all-purpose yards and 2 touchdowns, you could forget Kansas City winning that Super Bowl, buddy.
Yeah.
Now, if you hold them under that, I think Kansas City. Now, look, as a defensive guy, I'm gonna tell you.
I think Kansas City is going to hold the whole San Francisco offense total yardage under 300.
I mean, that's what you hope. I mean, that's all you can hope. I mean, that's the average. I
don't think people
top three,
and me and Dave said it for weeks now, even before the playoffs. People don't realize how good this Kansas City's defense really is until you face it. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they're lights out, man.
Well,
they're a well-coached unit.
And to me, a lot of it is I'm not 100% sure, but when you get ahead,
Kansas City was never ahead most of the season.
But you know what's weird about them? There's nothing that like jumps out at you. They're not like super flashy on defense, but they're very, disciplined. You know what I'm saying? They don't make a lot of mistakes. They don't have a lot of blown coverages. They play the run well.
I think what really helps them, they got two corners that are really man coverage guys that really
I'm gonna make that's what I was about to say. I'm going to make a comparison here. I don't know how you guys are going to take it. Although they're a little bit different, they remind me a lot of the Saints Super Bowl winning defense because it wasn't a knockdown, drag-out defense, but it was a good unit that was always in position, that made tackles. They didn't give up big plays too often. It's not a sexy, like, 1980s New York Giants or Bears defense.
Spags calls a good game. Spags puts them in the right position to make plays.
He does. Yeah.
That's no doubt. So listen.
And it's crazy that he didn't work out here because he's been great everywhere else just about,
Yeah, go ahead, Darren. Wherever Darren's at. Darren.
Where's Darren?
Hey, so listen. I'm right here. I don't know what the hell's going on. But listen to me. Since this has been a big hot topic lately, all right? Now, I know Dave's answer to this because me and Dave talked about this. But can y'all read my little underscore?
Yeah.
So, is Brock Purdy better than Cam Newton if he wins the Super Bowl?
I think Brock Purdy's better than Cam Newton right now.
Okay, you crazy.
If he wins the Super Bowl, I'm going to give it to him.
So that's a two-headed monster. So are you basing it off of college or are you basing it off of NFL?
You never base nothing off of college. If that's the case, Johnny Manziel's the best quarterback. So is 100 other people.
I never.
You got the number one pick going against Mr. Irrelevant, so I had to ask that question. Now,
talk about right now.
If it's based on NFL careers,
yes.
I mean, Brock Purdy's been there. I mean,
I think Darren's picking the wrong guy. I think you got the wrong guy against Purdy. I think if the Purdy wins the Super Bowl, I think Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Hurts. I think all the guys need to be.
That's not what's going on. What's going on is Cam Newton decided to say that he's not the 10th best player on his team.
I hear what you're saying though.
Right. All right, so that's what this is the deal with. I'm not talking about Josh Allen and all of that.
It's a great subject, is it not?
Yeah, but no.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Listen,
Darren,
this is about Cam Newton.
Darren, that's what I was going to say. Explain to listeners in case somebody didn't see.
I've seen what Cam Newton
all right, so look, for y'all that don't know, all right, listen, I hated Cam Newton as Carolina, but I'm going to be honest. I really enjoy his podcast. I do. I do enjoy his podcast. I think he has some good subjects. He's funny as hell in real life, okay? Now we don't play for Carolina. I can like him, okay? But here's the deal. He said that Brock Purdy isn't top 10 on his own team.
It's a tough statement, man. That's like
that just shows the ignorance of Cam Newton.
I mean, listen. Now,
it is a loaded roster. I will say that it's a loaded roster. I really. Believe
if you go by name,
it is. But you got to remember something, though. You got to remember what I'm saying.
This is coming from a quarterback who was kicked out the NFL before the age of 30.
He sounds sour. This is a sour treatment. Let's be real.
He was kicked out. The NFL gave up on quarterback before the age.
Yeah, but you got to remember he's got that covenant MVP though. Okay, that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
Not to me.
Because the quarterback he likes got fucking 3 of them.
No, wait.
So if you're the best player,
Darren, so are you putting in stock with Matt Ryan?
Listen to me. Listen to me. I think Cam Newton is better than fucking Matt Ryan by a mile.
Absolutely not. No way.
I do.
No shot. Matt Ryan was a very good quarterback.
Listen, you can't discount a Heisman. You can't discount.
Sure you can.
You can't. Well, listen.
Why can't you?
Listen, let me finish. And you can't discount an MVP. You know why? because you're voted on by your peers and everybody else. So if you'd have voted the number one guy out of 500 guys, I mean, you standing on something.
So you're telling me Drew Brees' peers never liked him because he never won an NFL MVP?
That's the argument, Richie. That's the argument right there.
You only can go by what is.
So you're telling me, Pancho, that Drew Brees' peers never thought he was any good?
I mean, a lot of people might have thought he was a fucking snake like the rest of everybody since he stole our money the last 5 years with one of the best defenses and didn't do shit.
Okay. So Pancho, the floor is yours. Pancho, you still haven't answered. So are you saying Drew Brees is not that guy?
Listen, to me personally, yes. All right, but I'm not the one voting. It's not 10 guys voting. It's not 20 guys voting. It's not 50 guys voting. So again, Richie, in America, you only can go based off a vote.
I'm not disagreeing with them because I said this, and me and Dave go back and forth on it. I said this about Drew Brees, and I will argue anybody down that wants to. At no point, and I mean no point, of Drew Brees' career was he ever considered the best quarterback in the league. Ever.
No, but here's my thing. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I want to say something about this. The Drew Brees disrespect to me is crazy. And no offense, I'm not trying to, get in a whole conversation about Brees, but to me, Brees is a superior quarterback. Cam Newton couldn't hold Drew Brees' jock.
Absolutely agree.
No, he can't. No, he can't. No, he can't. We're not saying that.
He had 3 good years in his career, 3 or 4 good years in his career, and he was dog shit after that because he had a playing style that didn't allow him to age gracefully. He was a terrible pocket passer, had horrible timing and accuracy on crossing routes. The guy was a great athlete, no doubt about it. Was he a football player? Absolutely. He was kind of like a little lesser version of Lamar Jackson for me. And I'm not saying that bad about Cam, but to me, Drew Brees to not have 2 MVPs at least is blasphemy. So that's why the award loses some luster for me personally.
Okay, so here's the deal. So
it's a little bit of a joke.
So is he going to be better? So is he going to be better? Is this kid, Mr. Irrelevant, going to be better than Cam Newton if he wins? You cannot give it to him now. Because that 25 games,
hey, with all due respect, Darren, I think a Super Bowl win trumps an NFL MVP.
That's facts. Yeah. That's facts. I agree, and that's what I said. But as of right now, he's not better.
And if Purdy wins the Super Bowl and wins the Super Bowl MVP.
Shit.
And let's go one other thing too. Remember, there's another guy in another sport who's one of the top 3 players who ever played his fucking game. And how many MVPs does he have? Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Steve Nash won fucking multiple MVPs. And no offense to Steve Nash, he's a great point guard.
Oh, my God. That was a joke.
He's not even a top 10 point guard of all time, in my opinion. I'm sorry.
I agree, Dave. I agree, Dave.
He's not.
But Kobe Bryant, how many MVPs does he have? And Kobe, listen, I hate the fucking Lakers. I still hate the Lakers. But damn, Kobe Bryant's one of the top 3 players of all time.
But Dave, Darren, you made a great point. You're bringing it up right now. And let's talk about it for a minute. Where do we put Brock Purdy above these? I guess I could say, I went on record in the beginning of the show early in the year. I would have loved to see Joe Burrow win the Super Bowl this year. Apparently, it's not going to happen. I get it. But is Joe Burrow going to be the next Dan Marino of this league?
No, that's Josh Allen's job.
Well, both of them. I mean, both
no,
of them.
It's still Josh Allen's job. That's Josh Allen. You can't be both. There's only one Marino. There's going to be Josh Allen.
Listen to me. If you think about it, it's more Joe Burrow because Dan Marino went to a Super Bowl but lost.
All right. Okay, so what we got? Dominic Nabb. That's going to be Josh Allen. Gets to the dance and don't go nowhere else.
Well, no. Once again, McNabb went to a Super Bowl.
Okay, well, who was it? Jim Kelly then.
Jim Kelly with the 4.
But who did McNabb have to? McNabb, he had an easier path, man. Let's be real. I mean, look, Josh Allen's gonna have the nightmare known as Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow's got that same thing. I mean, as long as Mahomes is around,
Dave, I hate to say it, and I know you don't want to hear this. I think in order for Josh Allen to win the Super Bowl, he's gonna have to change teams.
I mean, well, I'll tell you one thing that has to change is coaching. I don't think Sean McDermott's good enough to win a Super Bowl.
I agree with
that. I think Bill Belichick, if I'm the Bills, I'm making a bold fucking move and saying, hey, I'm tired of winning 11 games and getting knocked out in the first or second round. I'm calling Bill Belichick right now. I'm getting better on defense, and the Bills will be one of the teams to beat if they make that move. But Sean McDermott will have them in that same area.
Well, that's big balls. That's big balls, Dave. That's big balls.
I'm going Belichick, dude. I'm down Bill's number, man. I'm playing the Bon Jovi in the background. You know he's a Bon Jovi groupie. I'm playing Wanted, Dead, or Fucking Alive.
What up, Poncho?
I'm living on a fucking prayer. I'm calling him up with some bad medicine.
The first 2 years, career, 7,900 yards, 40 touchdowns. Brock
Wait,
Purdy,
hold on. What did you say? I'm sorry.
first 2 years of Cam Newton, 7,900 yards passing, 1,400 yards rushing.
That's the stat.
And basically, he's got 14 rushing touchdowns. Well, 22 rushing touchdowns in 2 years. And 40 passing. And Brock Purdy has 5,600 yards. So Cam Newton's first 2 years, he is obviously
he's a superior player. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, I don't think it's.
But when the league, I agree with Dave. But when the league figured out that Cam Newton can't throw the damn football,
right,
that was a wrap.
I watched so many Saints games where this guy's his out routes, his crossing patterns, anything with touch, he was not great at that. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was a phenomenal athlete. He could make a deep ball throw to Steve Smith and let Steve Smith make a play on it. He was a winner, and that's why I agree with Darren. I get what but to me, more or less, it was like this 3 or 4 year run where he was phenomenal. And then after that, by the time he was 27, 28, he took a lot of hits. His body wasn't the same. The league figured him out a little bit, like Rich was saying. And I think, to me, Purdy's going to have the better career just because he's not taking the abuse that Cam Newton took.
So first year, 4,000 yards. Second year, 3,900 passing yards. And then from the third year on, he averages probably 3,250 passing. And he does
the
that.
The stat lines got ugly after about 26, 27.
So 6 years he did that. So
Dave. Ryan said the same thing you just said. He had no finesse. He had no finesse on the ball.
He didn't. He didn't. I mean, he wasn't pretty to watch throwing the ball, but he was a great player. He was different. He was the beginning of the Lamar Jackson, really. You know what I'm saying? He was the Lamar before there was Lamar.
So what year did he even win the MVP?
Yeah.
Because I don't see any numbers here yet.
Oh, he won the NFL. He won the NFL MVP.
I know, but I'm saying the numbers are showing me different.
I think that's the last year that Steve Smith played for. I think that's the last year.
Listen, if he won it with 3,300 yards passing,
that's what I'm saying. How does Drew Brees not have 2 MVPs at least?
Listen, and his 3,800 yards. It had to be 2015. He's got 3,800 yards passing, 35 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions.
I don't know how he did it.
38, 35, and 10.
Yeah. Look, the year that Drew Brees set the record for passing touchdowns and 500,000 million yards, he should have won an MVP that year. I don't understand.
And how does he not win in 2009? I mean, that's.
Well,
I don't damage their service. Listen. I understand people have up and down about Drew Brees. Do I think Drew Brees is a top 5 all-time great quarterback? Absolutely. Yeah. Do I think Drew Brees should have won an NFL MVP? Maybe, maybe not. But I know one thing: the man had some great years and 5,000 yards passing every single year. He was the one that really put passing on the map.
Yeah, his numbers were just all world, man. I mean, just go look at his stats. And I know what Darren was saying, late in his career, he couldn't do some things. But I mean, the crazy thing is, look at his fucking numbers and look at the numbers of Saints quarterbacks. But
you know what, Dave? You know what nobody talks about the later years of Drew Brees' career? I think Sean Payton put Drew Brees in some bad positions too.
I think he did too. I think he should have been more dependent on the run game. I think he should have been more dependent on Taysom Hill, who was fucking catching fire right underneath him.
During them years, Drew Brees years, early years, they've drafted a wide receiver twice in the first round off of memory. That Meacham and Cooks.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Meacham was kind of a flop. I mean, besides that one
MVP,
year.
Somebody asked how many MVPs Peyton Manning got. I think Peyton won 2. I want to say 2.
Some reason I'm thinking it might be more, Richard.
Is it really?
I don't know. I think he might have won I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know why I'm thinking 3 or 4, but I don't know.
I want to say 2.
It seems crazy,
but I think it's 2. I want to say 2. But
God,
because Rodgers
I'm going on pure guess right now.
It's amazing. Rodgers has so many. It's unbelievable how many he's got.
Yeah, and look, dude, I like Aaron Rodgers. He's a fucking nutcase, but he's a great quarterback. I like him as a quarterback.
Dave, let me tell you what. Just
Manning has 2.
What?
Okay.
Manning has
Dave,
2.
I don't know if you agree with me. But before Patrick Mahomes, and I'm being serious when I say this, I don't think he's the greatest quarterback, but I have never seen a quarterback throw the ball better than Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers is like the prototype, man. Like you build in a quarterback. Him and Mahomes to me are like the two prototypes of what you want the perfect quarterback to be.
So Peyton Manning has won the most NFL MVP awards in history.
I'm sorry, four.
Five.
No, five.
So it is four. Okay, I kept
I was
like
looking
he
at
won
the
a
list
lot.
wrong.
That's what I'm saying, Rich. I felt like he won. I was like, I'm guessing, but it feels like he won a lot.
Oh man,
he won it 4 times with the Colts and once with the Broncos.
Wow.
Brett Favre has 3.
I'm sorry. He won. Wait, he won 1 with the Broncos.
Yes.
Wait, you talking about Super? Wait,
because that last year with the Broncos was horrible.
2013.
No shit.
Wow.
Man,
5. Holy moly.
The next closest is Rodgers and Brady with 3.
That's crazy. That is insane, dude. That is insane.
So on Drew Brees' years, he's got 5 Mannings, 3 Bradys, so that's 8. 3 Rodgers.
It's hard to argue Brady.
That's 11. Then you got Cam, that's 12. That's 12 years of MVPs better than Drew Brees.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's insane. Well, listen, guys, let's get out of here, man. We've been on for a very long time now. We're going to join everybody Sunday for Super Bowl Sunday. We'll update everybody on the time that everybody's going to get together, enjoy ourselves. Thank you, all the guys. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Hold on, Richie. You mentioned you have something to do next Monday?
Yes, we do. We have a Monday Grub party.
So there won't be no show till Wednesday, technically, then.
There won't be a show until Wednesday.
So Sunday and Wednesday, yeah.
Yep.
Unless we do a little jump in, I can go live from the page, or Richie can go live from the page Sunday before the games.
No, we're going Sunday. We're going on Sunday.
Show, huh? We're gonna do a full out show, huh?
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna do a show Sunday. I'm gonna get with Fatty. We're gonna be Fatty. We'll be figuring it out.
Get the fluffers. All right, man.
All right, brother. Thank you, Fatty. Thank you, everybody. Peace out,
guys.
Later.